Welcome to venerable Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, home of the rambling wreck of Georgia Tech. As we'll see the #2 team in the country, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on a team from the ACC, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Nittany Lions will kick it away to start us off. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25. The run from the shotgun. Oh, it's out! Recovered by the defense, and he's off!
Man, that's kind of a kick to the gut because you think, oh, how can I get this game started conservatively, not turn the ball over, get the positive momentum, get that first hit out, and the first carry, your running back sticks it on the floor, defense recovers. That is not the start you drew up.
Quick completion to the right. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to throw, it's Allard. Rushes on him. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Hauls it in. Lots of running room. He's brought down the one, a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Well, after getting that takeaway, this offense is needing some points, and that's a big completion there on 3rd down. Good job reading the coverage. The offense is going to stay on the field. They want to keep this momentum going, and that last completion, that was big.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he can even get going.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. He's got the tight end. Oh, man, he goes down, and he's going to lose yardage on that one. The Nittany Lions will hustle to the line. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He's got it. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He's got it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So they start in a great spot, move the ball 34 yards, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Quarterback extends the play. Found a little bit of room there to get it up to the 30 before going out of bounds.
That's a really nice play on 2nd down. I love the quarterback's read. I love that he kept it. Good offensive coordinators across college football, they have no problem repeating the same play over and over again if it's successful.
Quarterback adapted. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. The #1 job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
Looking down the left side. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
Buys a little time with his feet. He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them out flanked with the Wildcat. So first down here as they go back to work. Here we go. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Penn State!
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. They want to get the ball right back here in the first half. They've got the lead and going for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the second quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
That's just a really nice job by the running back, making the first guy miss and going to get positive yards. This guy's got some wiggle, and you saw it on that play.
Inside the 30 at the 29, it's a first down. They send the tight end in motion. Motion from the wideout. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Looking downfield, it's King. Under fire. And that's a live ball. defense grabs the football, and there he goes. He goes down after the short return. Welcome to venerable Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, home of the rambling wreck of Georgia Tech. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a team from the ACC, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. And he'll just take... And this drive will start at the 25. Running backs on either side of the quarterback. Gets the back moving. From the gun, the running back has it. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving.
Flying out to the left. Oh, a lot of space. He's at the... and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. And before they can kick it, the receiving team's going to call a timeout. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it out. It's Adams. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Finds his man on the left. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Makes the tackle at the 32, but they were backed up inside their 20, and they pick up 15.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. The give is to Miller. Oh, he's got some space. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory.
Really good-looking run. You know, you think about the legacy Alabama has at the running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back in the day, too. All these guys had speed. All these guys had vision and quickness. And this guy right here, he has all of those traits himself. Just another big-time talent in the Crimson Tide backfield.
God, he's annoying to play against. You think about it as a defense, I'm trying to cage you in, trying to keep you in the pocket, and then he's just whoop, 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 spinning all over the place, getting outside the pocket, making plays, and then you got to go chase him again.
Wide open spaces. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown Tide.
Yeah, and a nice job quickly getting the ball out. These bubble screens got to come out fast and got to come out to your playmakers who you can throw it to. Trust them to make the right read, get the ball upfield, and get in the end zone.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 39-yard run to the house. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Kane. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Bama. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone. What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes second down. Back to pass. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
This just looks like too much backyard football from this quarterback right now. We've already seen a pick in this game. Bad fundamentals on that last throw, throwing it off his back leg. He needs to trust his coaching. He just needs to settle himself down.
He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field. He's loose. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And 4th and inches for me is a green light anywhere on the field. I'm going to run the football. I'm going to be physical. I'm going to go to my play. I know I can get it. I like the play call on 4th and inches to go for it.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. First play of the period, first down here. looking for space to the left. There he goes. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
This quarterback is so good at creating. When plays break down, when things aren't perfect, he has the ability to buy time, use his athleticism, and torch a defense, and he did it right there with his legs.
And he tacks on the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a thrilling 50-yard run for the touchdown. Tie game, and what about this call? Going for an onside kick here in the first half. They'd hoped to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
We're only in the first half, and I don't think anybody had onside kick in the second quarter on their bingo card. They were trying to catch the opponent off guard, but it didn't work. Now let's find out what this offense can do. You have got to make them pay for gambling.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Looking to throw, it's Simpson. Here's a heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Makes the grab. It's Williams. He works his way to the 35-yard line, but that's not enough to move the chains, and now a decision to be made on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab past the marker. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
I love the aggressive nature offensively there. It's fourth down, and you're going to try and go for it. And you have so much confidence in your quarterback to be able to make that play, come up with a good throw, keep the drive alive.
They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. The Tide with the 1st and 10. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to move the chains. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They're in field goal range here on 4th down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. Goes to the option. He'll toss it. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run. You saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
On the move. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him, and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a sound move moving forward schematically.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to throw, it's King. Under fire. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Turning it on. It's a seam wide open. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move.
What an individual effort there by the quarterback on the RPO, because everybody was covered. He just takes off, and he shows you his ability out in the open field. He's like a run.
He's going to fire deep. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. They want to get the ball back right now, lining up for an onside kick to start the second half. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do.
Man, and they tried the surprise onside to start the second half, and this game's a great game. It's been back and forth, tie football game. Maybe trying to jumpstart yourself, but I'll tell you what, now you put your defense in a bind. Let's see how they respond.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Trying play action. Fires to the wideout. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Man, as a quarterback, you got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets them a first at the 29. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Simpson. The short hands, it's Edwards. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. The Crimson Tide snaps it from the red zone. Looking downfield on first down. Steps away to find some room. And it'll be a short game, but no need to take a big hit there on the scramble.
And one of the things I love about this defense is their speed. And they knew coming into the game that they were going to see quarterback run, but that time they had him all bottled up, and they were able to use their speed to make him go east and west and run him out of bounds. Not a great game.
Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
And this safety is a ball hawk. He's a playmaker. Not only have we seen him get involved in the running game and make tackles playing downfield, but he plays the center field position as well as anybody in college football, and you saw it right there.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. And the Yellow Jackets come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
It's great to have a physical offensive line that you can count on, that you can just lean on them up front and fall forward and get first downs. Man, what a comfortable, what a nice spot to be in if you're an offensive coordinator.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he...
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Got it behind the line. It's Haynes. He did not make it a stone wall on third down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. They'll run the option. Now the toss. Just a little more room, and maybe he gets it in. He's pushed out of bounds at the 8. So the final period starts with a second down play. He'll ride his man on the option. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They move on top here in the fourth.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He'll take it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. So now it's second and long. Motion from the back. On the run, it's Alexander. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule. It makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
The Yellow Jackets come to the line on third and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Balls and fired complete. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this.
There he goes. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. And the Yellow Jackets will line it up on 1st and 10. Pulls and fires complete. Turning on the Jets. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. The Yellow Jackets pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. From the shotgun, the inside give. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
I think the run defense, a lot of times late in the game, you always wonder how well it'll hold up. Nice job on this play by this defense, getting in and getting the running back on the ground.
Might be looking to run. It's a running room. And he won't quite get there. But boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the 1st. An array of possibilities here. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. And a big opportunity for this offense to tie the game up in the 4th with a touchdown. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, Georgia Tech! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game. Now, all you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
And now they'll empty the backfield for the 2-point try. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. And now they'll try to get the 2-point conversion, guys. Motion from the wide receiver. And he's going down, sacked as they tried to take the lead on the 2-point conversion. Just over 30 seconds to play. They'll line up for the onside kick, and they've got to get it to have a shot. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. Oh, that was a pretty rough showing there by this team. Just couldn't find a way to get things going and come up with the win.
Just got outplayed, Reese. There were moments in this game. There were plays to be had and plays to be made. At the end of the day, they just did not execute well enough in any of the 3 phases on any side of the football. So, David, moving forward, a lot to take away from this game as they try to improve.
A lot to take away and a lot to learn from. I mean, losses definitely hurt. They sting, but a lot of times most teams refocus and they get a sense of urgency now that they got a loss in that column. So watch the tape, watch what you need to improve on, and go attack it in practice.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Welcome to the home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Every day they're lining up for an onside kick on the opening kickoff. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the on. Kick. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Smith. And they are knocked down way behind the line of scrimmage as the defense declaws the Wildcat. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Smith. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Oh, a lot of space. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Caught in the backfield. It's Singleton. Shakes off the defender. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than you.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting him know it's going to be a long day. They'll leave it with him. And he's tackled at the line of scrimmage. The first play does nothing.
And the defense was locked in. You could tell they saw it. They reacted right away. Got the running back on the ground immediately.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Makes the grab on third. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Here comes the noise from this big crowd in Happy Valley on third down. And the Yellow Jackets brought to the ground, but not before picking up the first. The Yellow Jackets are marching down the field. Caught in the backfield, it's Haynes. And it seems to be a lot easier for the quarterback to find this guy than it is for the defense.
Yeah, and I think this is a guy, Reese, that you can split him out. You can feel comfortable getting the football as many ways as possible because he is one of those matchup problems. Linebackers aren't going to be able to run with him, so try to find ways to maximize that little guy's speed and athletic ability.
And the Yellow Jackets can really attack on this second and short. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. They'll run it from the gun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on first down. Second down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed first down.
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Well, I love that play by the defense there. Hanging back, watching the QB's eyes. Great job in coverage on the back end, and then rallying to him when he decided to go try and run for it himself. And now this defense is set up fourth.
So here they come going for it on fourth and long. The aftershocks of that earlier sack still reverberating. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on fourth down, still going. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. The Yellow Jackets will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Touch pass on the run. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front. They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. To the air, it's King. He's got him. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And the field goal unit will stay put as the head coach decides to go for it on 4th down. He gives them a fresh set of downs, and this one will be 1st and goal from the 6.
I'm not a huge analytics guy, but on 4th and 1, if you're going to get pushed like that from your O-line, I say go for it every time.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
And you're going to need more of this in the second half. That's the way you punctuate a drive at the end of the first half to cut this to a one-possession game. Need more of that physicality in the second half.
A little surprising that they didn't go for 2, but they're still down by a point. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. Fair catch is made. They'll spot it at the 7, and a long way to go for this offense. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Smith. He's going to take off. Defense played the wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain. Lining up in the wildcat, let's see what they've got. On the snap, it's Smith. Wildcat look didn't get much, picked up a few on that one. They'll break out the wildcat to try to move the chains. He'll pull it down. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough for the first down, and they might mark that down to use the wildcat again. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. So they come to the line, and the wildcat going to give them a different look. The sweet feet buy a little time. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the wildcat. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Direct snap. It's Smith. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. On the direct snap, it's Smith. Buys a little extra time. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a 4th down. The Nittany Lions will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He's able to work his way on the return up to the 23 before he steps out of bounds. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Oh, a double pass. Bringing the heat. Off, not the second half start they'd hoped for. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
Well, the offense turns it over, and talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security and not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made them pay.
He'll try to do it himself. And he forged ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Smith. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield. Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. Going to try to get it himself. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They'll unleash the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. On the direct snap, it's Smith. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Buying some time as he moves left.
Great job by the defense, understanding what they were seeing. They played the read game beautifully, strung it out. Quarterback continues to drift to his left. No space to get through. Tackle for a loss for this defense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Looking to throw, it's Kane. Throws for the tight end. Complete downfield. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Quarterback making checks. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
And a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Sends it back in motion. A run for the quarterback. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. This Nittany Lion defense has just been suffocating. The front seven has been dominant. Guys like Jack Ham would be proud.
Yeah, just big, physical, just owning the guys up front. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The Penn State D-line just dominating this football game.
Unloads to the wideout. He makes a catch. And right in the middle of tight coverage, and he still makes the grab at the 15. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. The noise level is relentless here on second down. Wants to throw. It's Kane. Got his man quickly. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
And that is perfect job by this defense. Like, you can give up those little small gains all the way down the field. The clock is your friend. You don't want to give up big plays. Don't want to give up those first downs and just make that clock run.
Quick pass on the jet motion. They'll stop him short on third down, and this defense trying to make sure they stay on top. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He caught it! Touchdown, Georgia Tech! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
This is an offense that has so much confidence. They believe they're able to win the game when it matters the most. They've got the playmakers to do it. You saw it on that last touchdown, now taking the lead with less than 2 minutes to go.
No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2. He'll set up to throw. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth quarter play for this defense.
I love the coverage by the defense right here. Great job getting up in their space. Nothing easy down here for a 2-point conversion. The interception was just gravy.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Wallace. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the snap, it's Singleton. He's going to run it. The Wildcat created an alley, picked up a few, still some work to do for the first down. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. They found a little running room out of the Wildcat, still short of the first down marker. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Creates a little room. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that Wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Direct snap. It's Singleton. Found a little room out of the Wildcat that time, just short of the first down. They'll use a timeout with 26 seconds left on the clock. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Now he's going to break the pocket. They make the stop, but not before the chains move and the Wildcat formation pays off. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. Trying to escape and get it himself. The Wildcat created an alley, picked up a few, still some work to do for the first down. The offense gets the timeout, 12 ticks left on the clock. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Singleton. And the Wildcat has turned to disaster. A big loss as the defense was all over it. Guys, this is a type of signature win that can set the tone for the future of a program.
And this is the crazy thing about college football with 18 to 22-year-olds. On any given day, anything can happen. And, David, you got to give this team so much credit. They played with their hair on fire and got a tremendous win.
And to keep the belief, like, to understand, like, I've got a chance to come in and win this game and not just give us lip service. They told us this could happen throughout the week, but they believed. Even when it got a little difficult, got a little up in the air, they kept fighting, they kept believing, and they get the huge win.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. On the run from inside his own 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Hand off from the shotgun. They stripped it out. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back's got to do a better job with ball security. Cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Quickly to the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
Trying to make magic with his feet. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
Yeah, I tell you what, when you start a game in the first quarter and you show me I will run my quarterback like you did here, it makes me defend the whole field. It makes me a lot more nervous. You can tell this quarterback will be a threat throughout this football game.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
I really like this slot receiver because of his shiftiness, and you see that on his route run. Really, really nice job creating separation for his QB.
Offense in an empty set. Calls his own number. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed. He's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more speed.
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they were aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on 4th down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness, but now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
Makes the grab. It's Miller.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Scanning the field, it's Simpson. Grab near the marker, it's Williams. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Alabama quickly back to the line.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
turnover. Looking for more room. Inside the 30. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. So after the break, they'll go back to work. In the red area, it's Alexander. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
That just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Only able to pick up a yard before he stopped, and now it's 4th and 3. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. Fourth down, and this crowd is making it miserable on this offense. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
And listen, if I have a playmaker at running back like that with that kind of speed, yeah, I'm going to throw the swing to him too. He drops back, surveys the field. He says, I know my guy can make a play, gets the ball in his hands right now on the swing. He does the rest, gets in for the touchdown.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Fielded in the end zone, it's Adams. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. To throw, it's Simpson. Flips it out on the screen. He makes the stop, and a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves them in second and manageable. Alabama pushing the tempo. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Wants to throw on first down. Fires left. Makes a connection. And a big gain there. He's knocked down immediately at the 45. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. He's going to let it go. He holds it in, and nobody's close.
And a really good job focusing on the catch. A lot of people get lost on their feet and trying to stay in bounds, but did a good job catching the football first and then getting that 1 foot they needed in bounds.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. Makes the grab. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. And this offense will have to feel pretty good about itself if it can tie the game before halftime. 1st and goal. Draw play, quarterback keeps it. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Grabbed behind the line, it's Bernard. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, and it's picked off. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. Using his legs, it's Hayes. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. I guess they're trying to send a message to start this second half, lined up for an onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. They'll open this third quarter with a run. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3. Alabama quickly back to the line.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. To the air, it's Simpson. Throws to the wideout. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared. All 11 guys on defense right now playing together as one.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Here's the pressure. They got him for the sack, and they'll get the ball back after the 4th down stop.
Yeah, and see, I have no problem being aggressive near midfield. I got no problem whatsoever. You get stuffed, but I think you have to show your team, like, we're going to be aggressive. We're going to continue to try to make it, even in the second half when things are getting tight.
Leaves it with the running back. Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35.
Well, they're going to RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Caught in the backfield. It's Patterson. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Quick completion on the out. Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown, Georgia Tech! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Williams. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. Alabama may always be built on the run, but these days they elevate with a high-flying pass game.
And great coaches evolve, and we've seen the evolution of this Alabama offense over the last several years, and it's not just run, it's not just eat clock, it is be aggressive, attack, make big plays down the field.
Shut down and shut out in the first half, but finally this offense trying to put something together. With the catch, it's Cuevas.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan limiting him so far. That's only his second catch of the game.
Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. Looking for a man. It's Simpson. Here comes the heat. Takes a hit as he fires. And it's picked off for the third time today. He is finally out of bounds, but he was... Welcome to venerable Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, home of the rambling wreck of Georgia Tech. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a team from the ACC, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Well, that's some way to start this game. They're lining up for an onside kick. cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
Man, these coaches talked about being aggressive, and they were. First quarter, you're going with the onside already. There, I would say it's a little bit careless, a little bit reckless. Onside kicks are not high percentage, but they went for it, they failed, and now let's see how they respond.
This offense has it with really good field position. The give to the back. Wide open spaces. He's loose. Touchdown, Alabama! He got a step and just dusted the field.
And this defense really wanted to come out and set the tone and be physical, but the offense did that. They took control. They owned the line of scrimmage. They create the big explosive run on the first drive to really set the tone in this football game.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed him for the big play in the running game. One snap, one touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will... The 25. Offense in a split backfield.